Being a U.S. citizen, it isn't very uncommon to not know much about other foreign cultures. But have you ever wanted to broaden that knowledge? By listening to our presentation about German culture, it will help inform and educate you about a culture other than your own. Me and my partner have been extensively researching German culture now for a while and want to relay our findings to you all about some aspects about German culture that we wanted to share today would be German tradition and values, German food, German government, and German landmarks. Going on to the first aspect of German culture, that would be the German traditions. And one specific German tradition we'd want to talk to you all about today would be Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest is a annual festival that occurs during late September to early October in the autumn season. Oktoberfest is a celebration where lots of drinking, feasting, and partying occurs. Also, for traditional wear, they also wear lederhosen, which is actually before in time it wasn't even a traditional wear. It used to be work clothes for peasants. According to Gunter Wern, a 60-year-old October veteran, in the interview conducted by Simply Munich, he says, "What makes Munich Oktoberfest so special for me? The interaction, being together, community, as we say in Munich, Heute mal zusammen, which means let's stick together." Moving on to another tradition, which would be Polterben. Polterben is a pre-marriage tradition in which the family of the newlywed couple gets porcelain thrown at their feet. This action of throwing and breaking porcelain is meant to bring good luck to the marriage moving on forward. I would like to show you guys this video of it. Now that I've told you guys about German culture or German tradition, I would like to, my partner Michael will be telling you guys about German government.
So our second point is German government. This is Germany's parliament called the Bundestag. The elections for the Bundestag are held every 4 years, and each person gets 2 votes. They get their erste Stimme, which is the first vote. That's for a specific representative. And then they get the Zweitstimme, the second vote, which is for a specific party. 18-year-olds can vote, and there are no limit on the number of parties, but the only restriction is that they must have 5% of the vote to even have any seats in the Bundestag, according to Britannica. The way you vote, there's 2 ways. You have the polling stations. The polling stations serve up to 2,500 German citizens, and there's 90,000 of them, so there's plenty of polling stations for the German citizens to get to. You can also request to vote by mail, so a month before the election, you just submit a request, and they'll mail you a ballot, and you can fill it out that way and send it back. Because of the 5% rule, there are many, many political parties in Germany. I threw a bunch in the back over here so you can just see how many different parties there are. The thing is, though, you need an absolute majority to really start making decisions in Bundestag, and even the biggest parties only have like 20% of the vote. So to get up to that 50%, they form what are called coalitions. So there's 2 different parties or 3 different parties will get together to make up that majority vote. Some major parties include the Social Democratic Party of Germany. This is like the left-wing party. They're pro-European. CDU, the Christian Democratic Union of Germany. They're pro-Christian, pro-European, and they're like center-right. The CSU, which is pretty similar to the last one, but they're a lot further right. They promote conservative ideals, and they promote Christian democracy. And then this one is the Alliance 90/the Greens. This used to be 2 different parties, but they campaign on the same issue so many times they merged into one. They're a very like green politics. They care about the environment, and they're like center-left as well. So now I'm going to hand it off to my partner to tell you about another aspect of German culture, landmarks.
Moving on to German landmarks, this is a monument called the Brandenburg Gate. It's located in Berlin, Germany, and it was built in 1788, but it opened to the public in 1791. It once was a sign of division between West and East Germany during the Nazi regime. But now it serves as a symbol of peace and unity as a whole for all of Berlin as one. according to Moritz L. in the article Germany Tourism Statistics, they say after a decline in 2020 with only 12.5 million visitors, tourism is again on a rise with an increase of 26.5% in March of 2023 by itself. Another landmark I'd like to show you guys is the Nochstein Castle in Schwangau. This is King Ludwig II. This castle was made for him, and a lot of people in Germany find this place as one of the best tourism spots because it's known to represent and symbolize King Ludwig himself very nicely, because as he used to say, he was King Mad Ludwig, which, what is that? This is Walt Disney, and Nochstein Castle is actually the inspiration for the Sleeping Beauty castle, which is located in Disneyland. And on the bottom left, you see that is King Ludwig's childhood home where he grew up. The last landmark we want to show you today would be the Holocaust Memorial in Berlin. It was created to remember the Jewish victims during the Holocaust. The graveyard of gray slabs could be interpreted to represent the loss of identity of the Jewish people during the Nazi regime. And the memorial ground is home to one of the most visited spots in Berlin, with almost 5 million yearly visits. Now that I have told you guys about German landmarks, I will be telling you guys now about, or my partner will be telling you guys about German foods.
So our next and final point is German foods. Germany has a very rich cuisine. But you're going to see a lot of breads, you're going to see a lot of meats, you're going to see a lot of potatoes, also a lot of fried foods. First food I'd like to talk about is bratwurst. Bratwurst is a like beef or like pork sausage that's usually pan fried or like on a grill. They're often served just as is, or sometimes in a bun. You've seen like this a lot. Next food item I'd like to go over is the schnitzel. The schnitzel is a thin piece of meat that's pounded, breaded, and fried. It can be really any meat, so they come a lot in like chicken, pork, like beef, whatever. They're also served, as you can see, a lot with like lemons and citrus. Next one is the Reibkuchen. According to the planet, you can grate them and then combine them with eggs and flour. Once you form the mixture into patties, you can pan fry them until crispy. So these are grated potatoes, and the name directly translates to rye, which is like a cheese grater, and then Kuchen, which is cake, so it's grated cakes. Another major part of German cuisine that you're going to see all the time is bread. Germans are huge on bread. There's over 3,200 types of bread in Germany. There's bread everywhere. Nearly every meal is served with bread. Bakeries are some of the most numerous businesses in the country. You'll see them pretty much everywhere. Because bread is such a big deal in Germany, they take educating bakers very seriously. So according to the BBM magazine, the German National Academy of Bakers, the Central Education Institution for the German Bakers Association, and the German Confederation of Bakers all function as state-approved graduate schools for bakers. So to recap on our presentation, we showed you some good, awesome landmarks in Germany, told you about their government, showed off some of their great cuisine, and showed you their incredible traditions and values. It's really important to keep an open mind and know a lot about other cultures so you can be a good global citizen. Thank you guys for listening.